everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're making a simple voltage injection tool to help find shorted components. I have designed a 3D printed case for it, but it's optional. Comment below if you're interested in the STL file. So here's a list of components used. A boost controller module, so this will be the base of our project. And 3D printed housing for the module. This is just a bottom plate to hold everything together. Next we'll need power switch and power jack. So this is just a regular power jack. Some screws. And some super glue, a multimeter, and the screwdriver. So let's get into it. So this module has one input, voltage in and voltage out. So this module will allow us to set the voltage, power, and the current. So let's get into it. So I'll be using this alligator clip as my voltage out. So this could be connected to anything that we're testing. So this will go to the voltage out. Voltage out right here. So before placing the wires in the module, it is best to ensure the wires go through the housing, just to ensure that everything can go through smoothly. Otherwise, we would have an issue with the wires being outside of the housing. After wiring everything completely, the module is then placed through the slot on the front, and this should snap in very easily. Gentle snap. And that's it, the module's in. And now we'll be placing the switch at the front in the slot provided. And likewise with the power jack female connector. Just applying a little with super glue. Just using this screwdriver to apply the glue. And place this switch inside. So this is it after being set. Moving on to the power jack. So we'll be gluing this one also. This is your power jack. And now that the glue is set, I think we can give this a try, see if it pours on. switch. Yes, it's working. And now that we know that it's working, we'll just close clicking off. So we'll be conducting a test to see if the output voltage and current is the same on the multimeter. Set the voltage rate for on. Then go to iSet. We'll set the current. So we're doing this to 1 ampere. So the current is now set to 1 ampere. Moving on to the voltage. We'll be setting the voltage to 2 volts. And then apply the settings. As you can see, it's 2 volts and 1 ampere. So now I'll connect my multimeter to see everything matches. So turning on my multimeter and setting it to voltage. Then connecting my probes. And as you can see, we're getting a 1.9 volts rather. So it's not that far off. So I'm thinking that this might be an issue with the multimeter itself. It's a fairly cheap multimeter, so I'll be testing with another multimeter just to ensure that the values are indeed correct. But getting 1.9 is not too far off. It's actually 1.97. So basically 2 volts, but I'll check with another multimeter just to ensure that everything is okay. So we'll now check the current. So I'll just switch my probes on the multimeter itself and adjust my multimeter to current. And switching over my probes. The positive probe rather. So we're getting 0.58 amps. And on the voltage injection tool, we're getting 0.716 amps. The numbers in purple are the set amperes that we already preset. So it's basically saying that there is a draw of 0.7 amperes on the voltage injection tool, but the multimeter is showing 0.58 amperes. So it's basically using the multimeter as a load, let's say. So moving on, we'll be testing with this digital multimeter. Testing the voltage. So just connecting the probes again. And as you can see, we're getting 2.026 volts. So this is showing 2 volts. So this was the reason why I decided to check with another multimeter. The key and main issue with this multimeter is that there's no function to test current. So we'll just have to assume that the current is correct for now. But yeah, so I'll be using this voltage injection tool to do GPU repairs. And I'm by no means an expert, so you guys will be learning along with me, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so you guys stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next.